Production of Broad and High is funded in part by the Greater Columbus Arts Council, supporting arts, advancing culture, and connecting the community to artists, events, and classes at columbusmakesart.com.
This time on Broad and High. 12 high school poets compete for the chance to be named this year's Poetry Out Loud state champion.
It doesn't matter how angry a man gets. A smile and a soft stroke on his bicep can work wonders.
Without eyne I see, and without tongue I plain.
See who's crowned the winner right now on Broad and High. Welcome to Broad and High. I'm your host, Kate Quickle. It's that time of year again for the Poetry Out Loud competition. This is where high school students from around the state memorize and recite works of poetry on stage and in front of a panel of judges. 12 finalists recently descended upon the McConnell Arts Center in Worthington to compete in the state competition. The winner will go on to represent Ohio in the national contest in Washington, D.C. later this month.
I'm Chiquita Mullins-Lee, Arts Learning Coordinator for the Ohio Arts Council, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Ohio's 12th Annual Poetry Out Loud State Finals. The Poetry Out Loud National Recitation Contest is an arts education initiative generously sponsored by the National Endowment for the Arts and the Poetry Foundation in association with the Ohio Arts Council. I've had the privilege of experiencing some of the best poetry ever written, recited by high school students who learned about poetry and about themselves through Poetry Out Loud. And I am so pleased to present our 12 state finalists competing for the opportunity to represent Ohio at the national competition in Washington, D.C. These students come from all across the state and have put in many hours of practice to get to this point. Each of them competed at their high school, then at one of our 6 regional semifinals, and earned the honor of representing their school and their region at the state finals today. And here they are.
The top six highest scoring students from the first 2 rounds will recite a 3rd poem in the final round. The contestants will be scored in 6 categories: physical presence, voice and articulation, dramatic appropriateness, evidence of understanding, overall performance, and accuracy. For this formidable task, I'd like to thank our 3 distinguished judges: Rose Smith, Steve Abbott, Terry Hermson.
The government reminded me of my father with its deafness and its laws. And the weather reminded me of my mom with her tropical squalls.
In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried loud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed.
You see the lightning, but not the thunder. What God hath joined, let no man put asunder. Did God know you'd marry a rat? What kind of delusion are you under? For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee.
It is more onerous than the rights of beauty or housework, harder than love. But you expected of me casually.
The boot is famous to the earth, more famous than the dress shoe, which is famous only to floors. The bent photograph is famous to the one who carries it, and not at all famous to the one who is pictured.
My youth is gone, and yet I am but young. I saw the world, and yet I was not seen.
I will arise and go now. For always, night and day, I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore.
Today, we woke up to a revolution of snow. Its white flag waving over everything. The landscape vanished.
And what does beauty do to a man? Don Juan, Casanova, Lord Byron, those fiery eyes and steel jawlines confront a furnace of self-loathing.
You are sweet, O love, dear love. You are soft as the nesting dove. Come to my heart and bring it to rest, as the bird flies home to its welcome nest.
Someday, when trees have shed their leaves, and against the morning's white the shivering birds beneath the eaves have sheltered for the night, we'll turn our faces southward.
The results are in. Now we will announce the names of the 6 students with the highest scores from round 1 and 2 combined. Mary Simons, St. Joseph Academy. Ashley Stull, Kettering Fairmont High School. Madeline Schroeder, Columbus Alternative High School. Magnus Sabo, Upper Arlington High School. Brianna McGee, Springfield High School. Genevieve Urban, The Lyceum.
What the heart of the young man said to the psalmist, tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returnest, was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment, not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act, that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb, driven cattle. Be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act. Act in the living present. Heart within, and God o'erhead. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime. And, departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing o'er life's solemn main, forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing, shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing. Learn to labor and to wait.
In the laboratory waiting room, In the laboratory waiting room containing one television actor with a teary face trying a contact lens, 2 muscular victims of industrial accidents, several vain women, I was one of them, came Deborah, 4, to pick up her glass eye. It was a long day, Deborah waiting for the blood vessels painted on her iris to dry. Her mother said that, holding Deborah when she was born. First I inspected her from toes to navel, then stopped at her head. We wondered why the inspection hadn't gone the other way. Looking into her eye was like looking into a volcano. Her vacant pupil went whirling down to the foundation of the world. When she was 3 months old, they took it out. She giggled when she went under the anesthetic. 45 minutes later, she came back happy. The gas wore off. She found the hole in her face. You know, it never bled. Stayed happy, even when I went to pieces. She's 5 in June. Deborah, you get right down from there, or I'll have to slap. Laughing, Deborah climbed into the lap of one vain lady who had been discontented with her own beauty. Now she held on to Deborah, looked her steadily in the empty eye.
I find no peace, and all my war is done. I fear and hope. I burn and freeze like ice. I fly above the wind, yet can I not arise? And naught I have, and all the world I season, that looseth nor locketh holdeth me in prison, and holdeth me not. Yet can I scape no wise, nor letteth me live, nor die at my device, and yet of death it giveth me occasion. Without eyne I see, and without tongue I plain. I desire to perish, and yet I ask help. I love another, and thus I hate myself. I feed me in sorrow, and laugh in all my pain. Likewise displeaseth me both life and death. And my delight is causer of this strife.
We aren't serious when we're 17. One fine evening to hell with beer and lemonade, noisy cafes with their shining lamps. We walk under the green linden trees of the park. The lindens smell good in the good June evenings. At times, the air is so scented that we close our eyes. The wind laden with sounds. The town isn't far, has the smell of grapevines and beer. There, you can see a very small patch of dark blue, framed by a little branch, pinned up by a naughty star that melts in gentle quivers, small and very white. Night in June. 17 years old, we are overcome by it all. The sap is champagne and goes to our head. We talked a lot and feel a kiss on our lips, trembling there like a small insect. Our wild heart moves through novels like Robinson Crusoe, when, in the light of a pale street lamp, a girl goes by, attractive and charming under the shadow of her father's terrible collar. And as she finds you incredibly naive while clicking her little boots, she turns abruptly and in a lively way. Then Caventinas die on your lips. You are in love. Occupied until the month of August, you are in love. Your sonnets make her laugh. All your friends go off. You are ridiculous. Then, one evening, the girl you worship deigned to write to you. That evening, you return to the bright cafes. You ask for beer or lemonade. We're not serious when we are 17. And when we have green linden trees in the park.
When it comes to clothes, make an allowance for the unexpected. Be sure the spare in the trunk of your station wagon with wood paneling isn't in need of repair. A simple jean jacket says, "Hey, if you aren't trying to smuggle rare Incan coins through this peaceful little town and kidnap the local orphan, I can be one heck of a mellow kind of guy." It doesn't matter how angry a man gets. A smile and a soft stroke on his bicep can work wonders. I learned that men also have nipples. Warm and established, green doesn't always mean envy. It's the meadows full of clover and chicory the Hulk seeks for rest, a return to normal. And sometimes a woman gets to go with him. Her tiny hands correcting his rumpled hair, the cuts in his hand. Green is the space between water and sun, cover for a quiet man, each rib shuttling drops of liquid light.
When I heard the learned astronomer, when the proofs, the figures were ranged in columns before me, when I was shown the charts and diagrams to add, divide, and measure them, when I, sitting, heard the astronomer where he lectured with much applause in the lecture room, how soon, unaccountable, I became tired and sick, till, rising and gliding out, I wandered off by myself in the mystical, moist night air, and from time to time looked up in perfect silence at the stars.
Okay, the results are in. We will announce our three winners. This year is the fourth year we will be giving out a first, second, and third place winners award specifically designed for our Poetry Out Loud state finals. Each piece has been individually designed and includes 2 lines from guest poet Maggie Smith's poem, Good Bones. Students, here we go. Our third place winner is Magnus Sabo, Upper Arlington High School.
We aren't serious when we're 17.
In addition to this framed original print, which you're showing everyone, you will also receive a check for $100 for yourself with an additional $100 for your school library to buy poetry books. The second place winner is Brianna McGee, Springfield High School.
It's the meadows full of clover and chicory the Hulk seeks for rest.
In addition to the framed print, you will also receive a check for $200 for yourself and $200 more for your school library to buy more poetry books. And now, the first place prize, the winner of Ohio's 12th annual Poetry Out Loud competition, and our new Ohio Poetry Out Loud state champion is Madeline Schroeder, Columbus Alternative High School.
Love another, and thus I hate myself.
We will also have a check for $300 for you and a $500 check for your school library so more students can follow in your footsteps. We wish you all the best as you travel to Washington, D.C. to represent Ohio at the Poetry Out Loud National Finals.
Madeline Schroeder of Columbus Alternative High School will represent Ohio in the national finals later this month and compete for the chance to win $20,000. Visit poetryoutloud.org to learn more and to watch the competition live from Washington, D.C. Late last year, in the midst of what we all can agree was a tumultuous season in politics, many people found comfort in, of all things, a poem. It was called Good Bones, and it was written by Bexley poet Maggie Smith. It went viral and quickly became one of the most shared poems on the internet and has even been translated into nearly a dozen languages. Maggie shared some of her sonnets at this year's Poetry Out Loud state competition. Have a listen.
I have a series of sonnets in my book that's coming out in September about questions that my daughter has asked me in the car. Age 3, age 4, age 5. So this one is based on the question, why is the sky so tall and over everything? It's called Sky. And I'm reading because I don't memorize my poems. What you draw as a blue stripe high above a green stripe, white interrupted, the real sky starts at the tip of each blade of grass and goes up, up, as far as you can see. Our house stops at the roof, at the glitter black overlap of shingles where the sky presses down, bearing the weight of space, dark and sparkling on its back. Think of sky not as blue, not as over, but as the invisible surround, a soft suit you wear close to the skin. When you walk, the soles of your feet take turns on the ground, but the rest of you is in the sky, enveloped in sky. As you move through it, you make a tunnel in the precise size and shape of your body. And this is a very new one. It's called Rain, New Year's Eve. The rain is a broken piano playing the same note over and over. My 5-year-old said that. Already she knows loving the world means loving the wobbles you can't shim, the creaks you can't oil silent, the jerry-rigged parts MacGyvered with twine and chewing gum. Let me love the cold rain's plinking. Let me love the world the way I love my young son, not only when he cups my face in his sticky hands, but when, roughhousing, he accidentally splits my lip. Let me love the world like a mother. Let me be tender when it lets me down. Let me listen to the rain's one note and hear a beginner's song. Thank you.
We want to congratulate all of the students who participated in this year's Poetry Out Loud competition. And good luck to Madeline as she prepares to represent the Buckeye State in the national finals. We're taking you out today with a track called Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda by Columbus's very own Mojo Flow. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here next week on Broad and High.
the other unaware. We don't talk like we used to do. Seem to fight all the time. Just when I'm ready to move ahead, you wanna press rewind. Oh, feels like we're running.
Maggie Smith, poet. I write about memory, motherhood, mortality, loss, and myth. Many of my poems are grounded in Ohio and in the landscape of the Midwest. Like a magpie, a bird who collects any small, glittering bauble that catches its eye, I see or hear or read things that interest me all the time. The balance of mystery and clarity in a poem is always tricky. If I scrub all the strangeness and wildness and ambiguity out of it, I can revise the life right out of a poem if I'm not careful. I'm Maggie Smith. Poetry is my art, and there's no place I'd rather make it.
Production of Broad and High is funded in part by the Greater Columbus Arts Council, supporting arts, advancing culture, and connecting the community to artists, events, and classes at columbusmakesart.com.